All right, welcome back to Slay the Spire, the final stretch of Ascension. Today we're going to be playing some Silent because the run on Iron Chad with the cowboy hat went well last time. I'm excited to get into this one, and it's going to be interesting because the Silent actually, as I've gotten higher and higher in Ascensions, I've grown to like the Silent less and less. I love this game and all the characters in it, so by no means do I not enjoy any characters, but she's certainly become my least favorite, most likely, just because in the higher Ascensions, it's like so scary, honestly, to find like damage solutions, and you have to play a lot around like stalling and discard manipulation and stuff, which is just things that I've gotten exhausted with as time has gone on. Similarly to how with Watcher, you have to do a ton of damage calculation and multiplication and math. Obviously, both super powerful characters, but I've just grown to enjoy the Ironclad and Defect more, which has just been interesting. But either way, we're going to jump into a Slay the Spire Silent Run. I changed my audio settings a little bit and got my old mic out because I got some feedback from a friend that the audio honestly was pretty lackluster, and I decided, you know what, it wouldn't be that much effort to get a better mic going on here. So hopefully it's a little bit better. I'm going to run it for this video and see how it feels. I'm feeling a little bit better today, but I've got my cough drops at the ready just in case. So for this Niao choice, we have some pretty basic options. So we've got gold, take damage, get gold, or do a boss relic swap, which on the Silent, she probably has the weakest starting relic of all four characters, so the boss swap is certainly always worth considering. So really it comes down to these shops and what value we think we can get out of 100 gold. I'm pretty sure that I can't take the 15 damage. It's just way too hard to get through the first floor after taking that 15 damage on this character. Unless you can really avoid elites, which, I mean, I've got this double campfire elite right here, which is worth considering, and on this right path I've only got one elite and then a shop, which I'm thinking about, but I also might just say screw it and do a boss swap, because really, okay, if you think about it, the only reason that this gold would be super useful to me is if I can do something that allows me, or like buy something that allows me to get access to things I otherwise couldn't. So I'm going to probably go to a shop in Act 2 and get a decent power spike no matter what, whether I take that bonus gold or not. So does that gold allow me to get a power spike in one of these first shops to do more elites than I normally could? Because that's what the Silent struggles with, is doing elites in Act 1. I don't know that it does, because I guess, I mean, I could take the damage, go to this shop, and hopefully get a power spike that allows me to do 2 elites, but that gets weird, right? Because each elite up here is followed by a shop. I could take the extra gold and save it for these later shops and do this right elite path, but then I have to stay being super conservative in the early game, and I don't even really, I just push my power spike forward a little bit by getting the shop now instead of in Act 2, because I'm going to spend all my money, so I probably won't get as great of a power spike in Act 2. Now, how big of a power spike do I get from it with the bonus gold? That is certainly worth considering. I just really think, though, that that damage could be brutal. And the 100 gold is just not quite good enough. So I'm between these two. And the question is, if I get a boss relic, which ones do I want to see and how would it affect my pathing? If I get an energy one, I could maybe consider doing 2 elites with this double campfire and then just hitting a shop at the end. That's certainly a thought. And if I get one of the weaker ones, like maybe like Birdcage or something, then I just really need to find some damage, but that could be fine. I feel like I would rather just have a boss relic, honestly. Choker. Okay, well, Choker is a little weird to play around. It does give us a pretty clear idea of how we need to pick cards in the early game, though, because it means that I can't really go for a Shiv build. Or like any kind of like spamming cards build obviously is not going to work super well with Choker. And that's a bit awkward because a lot of silent cards revolve around cycling and drawing and playing a bunch of stuff. So, I mean, Choke is a 2-cost card, which is certainly worth considering. And it says whenever you play a card this turn, the enemy loses 3 HP, which sounds like, oh, well, doesn't that not work with Choker? But it's a really good attack and then does extra damage on top of it. So, like, if you play a Choke and then 5 more cards, that's still 15 plus 12. What is that? That's still 27 damage for 2 energy, which is not bad. So I think I'm going to take it. Just because I'm gonna need attacks. Now, one thing I'm curious about is, does this deal damage to its HP or to its block? It does it to its HP, so that is gonna be really helpful at other times. I'm actually fairly unfamiliar with that card, so we're gonna really need, I think, some good relics or some really powerful attack cards. So also, I was literally thinking about this, and one showed up as I was about to say it. Cards like Reflex or Tactician, which are cards that don't have to be played to take their effect, could be quite useful. Because this gives us a lot of options at drawing without having to play anything. So I think I might look at that. Ooh. Upgrading 2 random cards and losing 20 HP is probably just a death sentence, because that puts us at 35 HP, and I mean, odds are it's just going to upgrade some defense or defend and a strike, which is not worth losing 20 HP for sure. I'm going to pick this battle over this event because I want to see more cards. And if I go to the event, it's possible I don't see cards. So this is not quite dead, which is a bit unfortunate. Take a little bit of damage. If I would have known that wouldn't be lethal, I would have probably blocked up more to not lose the HP, but it ended up not being too much at the end of the day. We do have some draw, and Flechettes is high value for the energy if you get the thing that makes it do special stuff. Like stacking a bunch of skills in hand. However, Piercing Wail is kind of just too good of a card to ignore. So thankfully this Choke is doing a lot of damage like we wanted it to. Little unfortunate that we're missing lethal there, but it's all good. So, another Piercing Wail. Calculated Gamble is a card that doesn't actually do anything. Usually it's stupidly good, but with Choker, I'm honestly not sure. I think I'll just take another Whale. More Whales never hurt nobody. And I don't think I need to rest. Instead, I think I really, really would like to upgrade my sources of damage, which right now is only Choke. Yep, that's it. And let's take a look at this elite. Okay, so I like fighting the Laga. Gremlin Knob is what I didn't want to see. So I'm going to try and... Oh, you know what? I should have broken its shield so that I got Choke on this turn. I would have liked to have gotten Choke on a turn that I had the Neutralize, so that I could get one more play out of it, but alas. Oh, you know what? I really should have saved that Whale, because it is not affected by Dexterity, which this thing's going to make me lose. So I actually should be holding on to these Whales to play after it debuffs me. The timing of the Chokes showing up has been kind of unfortunate, honestly. And we're not going to die, but this is why we have this campfire afterwards, because it certainly is scary. So as long as I pull choke, we should be fine here. Pantograph is nice for later, but okay. Bouncing Flask and Predator are both really good things to consider here. It's highly likely I get the Sentries next. So I think I'm going to take Predator because... it's tough though, because it's not actually that much damage per energy. And the card draw on the next turn is not that big of a deal unless I can guarantee choke. Whereas Bouncing Flask is just a ton of damage. So at risk of running into sentries and not having damage, I think I'll take the Bouncing Flask because a poison build is honestly probably our best bet with Choker. Duvu is an unfortunate relic to get because it makes us get strength for curses, and strength kind of ends up directly like benefiting you based on how many cards you play in a turn, which obviously we can only play so many. So at the moment, this is not shaping up to be too great of a run. I cannot tell a lie. Do I put up some block or just poison these guys? I'll put up some block. We're gonna draw a choke here, which will give us an easy kill. Okay. Masterful Stab doesn't do a whole lot. Sneaky Strike doesn't do a whole lot. If we're gonna do poison build, Bane gives us a lot of damage for one card play. So I think right now I'm kind of just trying to get to a spot where I can make poison work for me, which is scary because forcing these things typically does not go well in Slay the Spire. But we'll see. Oh man, another whale, another Bane. Is 3 whales? I mean, it's not too many. You really can never have too many whales. That's one of the things that's nice about it. And I definitely don't think I want another Bane because that's just forcing way too hard. So I'll take that. I'd like to see an event before I see this elite, I want to say. Yeah, some potions could be huge. So if it's a knob, then Ancient Potion will just completely save us. And if it's Sentries, Strength Potion will be good. I don't think either of these cards or potions are good for either, so I think I'm going to take these. Yeah, so the Sentry is really good. We will just block up. I probably should have dealt damage instead of playing both block cards. We have a lot of whales, so we can afford to do that. And this is already scary because I have spent 2 turns without killing one of these. I may have just lost the run because of that mistake to not deal damage to the sentry. We'll see, though. So let's do a Bouncing Flask. Okay, cool. And then we can kill... Wait. Yes, kill you. Then we can wail and weaken you. And that's not too much damage. And now we've got some poison going for when the Bane shows up again. Wow, that was a very lucky draw. So, can we kill this thing? I think we can. Yeah. Not getting to play the Bouncing Flask hurts, but I only had lethal by playing those other cards. Ouch. That is a painful hand. Whales are absolutely amazing. And we're out of there. Pantograph makes it okay that we're so low. Oh, Grand Finale would be so funny, but I think that's a little silly. Despite what you might think with Choker, Slice honestly is not too bad of a card, just because right now it's not like I'm spamming cards. And this one's free, so like you'll see a lot of times with the 2-cost cards, I'm still only playing like 3 and 4 cards. So I got room for a 0-cost card still. I don't think I want expertise. I think I'll just pick up the slice. We'll go to the shop. Ooh, anchor is really nice. That's becoming a theme. But caltrops and poison might be even nicer than anchor because, again, dealing damage is our big problem. But once we get that solved, we can just take defensive cards left and right. It's a Hexaghost, so it doesn't do anything turn 1, so this anchor is not even going to give me value right away. And I don't want to spend too much money on cards that are easy to come by. So I think I'll just take a Caltrops because that's just a really, really nice card with our deck. And let's see, how much commons can cost anywhere from 50 to 60. This is as cheap as a common would get. Or no, this is a little bit more expensive. So do I value a deadly poison or a remove more? I think I value a deadly poison more because if I need to go poison, I need to pick up poison when I get it, because if you're trying to force an archetype, I don't want to rely too much on card rolls, especially if I end up with something like a Busted Crown eventually or something. I need to grab the poison while it's there because my deck kind of depends on it at the moment. And do I need either of these potions for the Hexaghost fight? I don't think so. And do I want to remove a strike more than I want to get a relic in the next shop? Because if I spend money on this, I'm probably not going to be able to get a relic in the next shop. And I don't think so, because there's lots of relics that could be game winning for us. I'm about to heal from Pantograph, and I want to be low HP for the Hexaghost, so I'm just going to upgrade. And what is the best thing to upgrade here? This gets improved by 3 poison. Caltrops seems like it could be a really good upgrade, but really we're not quite setting up a block fortress yet, which is what Caltrops kind of depends on to get its value. Right now we're focused on speed, because since we don't have the block wall yet, we need to just kill things. Which I think the fastest damage we have is this Bane. And I'm only going to be using it whenever, well, like, hopefully things will be poisoned when I use it, so it's actually adding 6 damage. Yeah, I think this is probably my best bet to speed up fights. So, that was a horrible first hand. We got a neutralized though, which is great. Oh, I should have played the choke first. That's a little silly to have lost out 5 damage there. But it's whatever. Don't feel like playing the whale on this because I've just got the block right there. We're going to try and save the whale for multi-hits like this one. So yeah, this whale is going to allow us to play all of this stuff. And is 5 poison going to deal more damage than Caltrops? I don't think so. Because, let's see. Caltrops right now is going to deal 6 damage outright. But it's not going to deal damage every turn. This poison will. So I'm going to go ahead and play the poison because we already have the poison started. We'll neutralize, we'll do this. A bit of an unfortunate turn with no block, but if you're not going to have any block, that's definitely the turn to get it on. This is a better turn to play Caltrops on because he's not dealing in damage. Well, honestly, just because there's nothing else to play. I don't know why I'm acting like that was smart. Okay, that does not kill me. So I'm going to play Choke, and then I need this fight to end. So I think I'm just going to play a Bouncing Flask, because honestly, I don't think playing Survivor makes me survive another turn. Because if I play this Survivor, I'm going to take 10 damage, which puts me at 10 HP. So I don't think it's going to protect me from being lethal the next time he does a big attack. I think instead I would rather just deal a ton of damage and make the fight end. LOL. I should have played the Survivor. That is a little unfortunate. unfortunate, but you know what? Nice little 20 minutes. If you watch this, I appreciate it. I would assume that from the video length, it is pretty clear that this did not go well. Which something I may start doing is splitting the videos up into acts so that it's a little bit less clear whether the run is an insta win or not. Although I guess that would just make it where you could see how many videos an attempt is, and you could still tell. But you know, I don't think it matters too much. Little bit unfortunate. I think we just needed to micro that fight a little bit better. So just for... Oh, wait, no, I can't reset the fight and try it. Anyways, it's also a little sad to have not come into this fight with a potion. I don't think that this deck was bad. I think I just needed to play that survivor, and I probably win that fight. Because a couple more turns, and I would hit my Bane again, and I would hit my... neutralize again, and it probably would be fine. So there you go. Little unfortunate, but we'll run it again next time, hopefully with some better luck. Oh man, it would be so interesting to see how that would have gone with the gold. But anyways, I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching if you did. Bye bye.